Hello, this is Ian Dainty, and today I want to talk to you about my program, the 7 Factors for B2B Marketing and Sales Success. As you can see, the 7 factors consist of 5 pillars, underlying 4 systems, and the foundation of it all, the client-facing team. And I want to explain what each of these are in this video. But before we do, I want to define what a factor is. A factor is something that actively contributes to the production of a result. And of course, that's what you want, is you want a system that will bring you results. Otherwise, what's the point? So what this 7 factors system does is help you get more clients in a better way, in a more systematic way, and much faster. Okay? So that's really what you want. So that's why they're factors, because they give you results. So how to achieve the best results today? Well, you have the old school, and I'll explain that in a sec, plus the new school equals your best results. So what exactly do I mean by that? Well, the old school means people, for lack of a better term, and I'm old, so I thought I would throw that in there. Anyway, people are what the old good. Like, people haven't changed a lot. I'm sure we use different tools and everything today, and I'll talk about that in a sec. But people haven't changed a lot. You have to understand how you're going to sell to people, and that's really what this system is more about. Plus, technology is the new school. And of course, you need to use technology. There's all kinds of it out there, and they're a great help to you getting new clients and understanding your clients, etc. And we'll talk a little bit about that as we go through this. But when you put the two together, that's when you get the best results, and that's when you get the new school, the total new school of people plus technology. So generating results. Well, there's really only one way to get people to buy from you, and that's that they have to trust you. And so how do you do that? Well, you show them, you have to generate results by showing them the value you have, which builds the relationships with your clients. And that's how you build trust, because they see the results they get from the value you bring them, and then that relationship builds, and you keep building trust and trust upon that. And so that's what you need to do, obviously, to start with, is you need to build trust by generating results for your clients. And you also need to look at what type of relationship you want with your clients. There are 5 levels of relationships: vendor, preferred supplier, solution provider, trusted partner, and strategic business advisor. And as you move up the ladder of the relationship ladder here, you'll see that in order to get get your client involved with each of these different levels is a great depth of business relationships, as you can see, and the business issues you get involved in, there's a greater depth in it too, breadth rather, as you can see from the bottom. I'm not going to go through all that today. I do have an explanation of that on my website, and if you're interested, you can go have a look. But you need to build relationships with your clients and your prospects, obviously, through trust. So let's look at the 7 factors and look at each one in detail, and so you can understand what you go through when you take my program. The 5 pillars for B2B sales and marketing success. Well, as I showed, they're the basics: buying process, marketing elements, selling elements, and of course strategic account management, which to me is really, really key. So let's move forward. Pillar number 1 is the basics. What are the basics for B2B success? Well, you must understand your ideal market. I'm sure you've seen a lot of this before. Your ideal client company and your ideal client persona. So there's 3 areas in there you have to go through. What are your client goals? You must understand them. And their issues. You need to understand their goals, because people don't have issues if they don't have any goals. So that's why you need to know their goals. What's your value proposition that you're going to give people? Why should they buy from you? How are you different from your competitors? Who are your competitors in competition? And what are the marketing and sales challenges companies face today? So these are the basics that you need to understand in order for you to get started, and I go through that, all of these in detail in my program. The pillar B is the buying process. Now remember, people buy from you. You can influence what they buy, but they actually buy, and you're not going to sell anything to them. Some people do, I guess, but unless they really want to buy, you're not going to buy from them. So what is the buying process? Well, there are 5 factors affecting the buying. You have to know what all of them are, and I go through that. There are 5 buying stages people go through. There may be a few more with the internet now, but basically there's 5 buying stages. You need to give your client social proof, which includes, of course, case studies and testimonials, so that they understand why people buy and how your clients have bought before. There are 5 reasons why people buy, and the real big one is the personal reasons. You have to understand that, and I go through all of that in detail with you. And then you must also understand who influences the buy. Right now, or today, there are 5 influencers. Used to be 4, but because of the internet, there's another one that's crept into the equation. Okay, so that's module 2 or pillar 2, the buying processes. Pillar 3 is the marketing element. So what are they? Well, you must have a marketing plan. As Yogi Berra, my favorite Yankee, said, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. So you must know, you must have a plan for how you're going to get. And marketing here, I mean sales too, and also client service. So you need a marketing plan. You need content, all right? You need a website and blog and case studies, and you should be using video, audio, articles, ebooks, etc. Now, I'm using a video here, even though you don't see my face. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but it's still a video. And you can use audios, articles. You need to be using all of these, and I can work with you on how to do that. Social media, obviously you got to be using social media. I think particularly the first 3 are important: LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. I think Google Plus may be losing its favor right now, but possibly Facebook is creeping into the picture now too. So you need to be using social media, as you know. Email is huge, and you have to be using email all the time and sending out emails to your clients 2 to 3 times a week. Not just buy, but giving them information, showing them what you've done and what you can do, etc. Speaking engagements like this. Do a webinar, seminar, teleseminars, do a video. So you should be going to speak. You should be using speaking and video or teleseminars to help you get more business. And you should be running ads on LinkedIn, Google, Facebook is a big one now. Even for B2B, it's a big one. Possibly because it's one of the least expensive of them all. But there are different ways that you can use ads and pay-per-click. And, of course, you need all the tools, internet tools, your CMM, your lead capture, your marketing and sales software in order to get the best results and for you to find out who is following you, okay? So they're the marketing elements. And, of course, there's a lot more involved in it than this, but this is just an outline of the elements that are there. Pillar 4 is the selling elements. What are the selling elements? You need a sales playbook. What is a sales playbook? Well, it's like anything. If you've ever played football, you always have a playbook so that you know what plays you're going to run in each situation. And it's the same here. How are you going to talk to clients? What are you going to say to them in each situation that they bring up? How are you going to close them? How are you going to answer objections? All of these things are important as you go through this. Market, client, prospect knowledge. I'm going to show you a little graphic I have of that in a sec, but you must understand all your market and your client and prospect and what knowledge you can gather on them. And that's where today's tools come in too, internet tools. You must learn qualifying. The game plan, my game plan, goals, afflictions, impact, and meaning. And BANT is another one, an old-fashioned one, which is kind of salesy, but I think mine's better. How do you qualify clients? How do you do demos, and should you do demos, and what's the best way to do them? Now, of course, you can do them through webinar-type tools and that, but you should be giving demos about your products. Should you be doing proposals and answering RFPs? I have my own take on that. But, of course, you usually have to do some proposal. Most people don't do them right. And, you know, there is a way to do it that will make it simpler for you and make it easier for your client. How do you handle objections when you get thrown out? How do you close? Okay, there are different ways to close, and they're still effective. It's not buy, you know, the ABC, always be closing you. But there are ways for you to close. And, of course, I mentioned the relationships, which are very, very important. You have to use relationships and how to build that, and I go through all of that with you. The strategic account management. You should be building strategic accounts. There are knowledge requirements. You must know your industry and your client research and what opportunities are available in the marketplace and with each client. You must set up a client management framework so you understand what your clients are and what outputs are you going to get from that. I'll show you a graphic on that in a sec. Resolution. I have a process that I've developed along with other coaches and business owners in the past that helps you resolve issues that people have by showing them and then going through a process that shows them how your particular products will solve any issue. And I'll go through that with you. And again, we talked about relationship management. You must manage your relationships and all the tools you need to, very similar to what we had in the selling elements. So here's the client management elements you look at. As you can see on the left, you need knowledge requirements, your industry and client research, what you have to look at. Industry research, operations plans that your client has, their marketing plans, their technology plans, client relationship factors in incorporation, and then what opportunities are there, okay? Future client projects, opportunity specifications. Then you have the client management framework, a repository of your client knowledge, relationship management strategy, industry point of view, client point of view, opportunities, technology support tools, define team measures and results, okay, and rewards. So how do you do that? And then what outputs are you going to get from that? You can see relationship plans and funnels, value proposition, your pursuit plans, how are you going to know, your team management program, account management plan, funnel opportunity and velocity management. You can see that it takes years to build these, last year, present year, the next year, and that's how we go about it, okay? And then, of course, what can you expect from it? If you put all this together, what can you expect? You can usually expect faster revenue growth. Now, I put 3 times revenue faster growth there, and as my positioning statement is, I help you generate 25 to 100% more revenue than you'd expect with these plans. 3 times more revenue can come in 2 to 3 years when you do it, and this could come with your entire company or with specific teams. Usually, I work with companies 2 to 10, 2 to $20 million, or teams that are 2 to $20 million, okay? You'd expect higher margins without hiring more people. Long-term account stability, which is key. You won't have clients leaving you. In fact, they'll buy more and more from you. You get a much more improved competitive positioning. You can increase cross-selling, as I mentioned, and upselling. You'll have more client advocates, and you'll get better staff training. And if you staff training, you get better retention and team synergy. And these are all important for you to get better results and more revenue and profits, okay? So that's what you can expect from my program. Underlying this are 4 systems, the PARC systems: planning, analytics, research, and coaching. Now, it's important to plan, as I talked about. It's important to do analytics and research so that you can understand why your clients bought from you, what they bought from you, what results they got. And you got to go in and talk to them. You also got to mine your CRM systems and the internet to see what's going on. And then coaching is a key piece to all of this. And your client-facing team, of course, as I said, is the foundation of it all. Your salespeople are the basic foundation, or your client manager. Marketing are very important. You got to work together. Executives, your client service team. Sales, marketing, client service, to me, should come under the Chief Revenue Officer goal, okay? Always. Implementation team, and possibly outside or inside consultants that you use every once in a while to help you bring your systems back together. Okay, so there are the 7 factors for B2B marketing and sales success. If you have any questions, please email me at ian@maximizebusinessmarketing. Stay tuned to watch other videos and articles that I'm going to put on the website. But let me know if you're interested in this program. Please let me know, and we'll set it up for your company or your own for yourself. And I know you'll improve how you generate revenue and profits and sales, etc. Again, any questions? Ian@maximizebusinessmarketing.com. Thanks a lot. Until next time.